Servus Freunde, my name is Jimmy Cage and it's that time again where I talk about my favorite movies of the year. 2022 has been a very different and challenging year for me personally. If you follow my channel, you might know that I spent a lot of time away from my actual home base in Vienna to be with family in Germany. That also meant that I wasn't able to watch as many movies as the years before, and there are quite a few that I missed. Honestly, I'm also more passionate about catching up and discovering and exploring older ones, so I'm usually not watching everything that comes out, except when it looks really interesting to me. And obviously, it's also not possible to simply watch everything. So these lists always come with some caveat. But to give you some insight, if I haven't forgotten anything, I have watched 29 new Indian releases last year. And these are my top 10 of those. If a movie you really love isn't on there, it's either that I maybe haven't seen it, or it could also simply be that I didn't like it that much. Spoiler alert, don't expect KGF Chapter 2, Vikram or Brahmastra on my list. But without further ado, let's get started. Number 10. Ante Sundara Nikki. People accuse me of not watching enough Telugu movies, so I'm happy to say that I really enjoyed Vivek Atreya's new romantic comedy Ante Sundara Nikki. At its heart lies a pretty simple story, but it's told in a very playful manner. Actually, the storytelling, the style, is maybe even a bit overdone, but this was just a fun time. Probably one that I won't remember much in a few years, but while watching it, I was certainly entertained by its charm and wonderful cast, led by Nani and Nasria Nazim. Number 9. Sani Kayidyam. From a light-hearted rom-com to a super violent action crime drama. But surprisingly enough, also a pretty fun experience, if you're into brutal genre films like this. Arun Matheswaran's Tamil language Sani Kayidyam unites Kirti Suresh and director-turned-actor K. Selvaragavan as this very unlikely duo seeking revenge. I don't think the movie is really that deep, but it has a nice and slow drive, and the whole Matador Murders chapter is really something else. Number 8. Nathanke's Kodu. My first of 3 Malayalam entries in a row that kind of exemplify 3 different shapings of Malayalam cinema. Something rather experimental, something rather commercial, and something in between. And Radhatish Balakrishnan Poduval's Nathanke's Kodu stands for this latter category. It's fresh and a bit quirky, it's funny and yet has something serious on its mind. It tackles important issues, but it does so in an entertaining way. And it also features some really fun songs. Number 7. Bro Daddy. Now, some might be baffled by this pick, and there will be people wondering how it's possible that such a generic and broad comedy is in my top 10 list when other important movies are missing. This is of course completely subjective, but quite a few serious movies didn't quite work for me or were missing the mark to some degree. While Prithviraj Sukumaran's Bro Daddy just wants to give you a good time. And in that regard, I just think it succeeds. To quote my own review, I just found this to be a warm, charming and lovely family entertainer with a great ensemble cast and a story that is just plain fun. And sometimes that's exactly what you're looking for. Number 6. Vaasa Viewam. My third Malayalam pick on the list is this very peculiar and unique genre mix that's part fantasy romance, part superhero origin story, part environmental drama and part social satire about the human condition. Krishan's Vaasa Viewam is about our interactions with the world and our interactions with each other. There's just something about this movie, with its sharp editing, beautiful cinematography, great music, and the low-key magnetic presence of Neeli and Sandra. Number 5. Kadhai Vivasayi. My favorite Tamil movie of the year was actually already screened in early 2021, but only at a festival. M. Manikandan's Kadhai Vivasayi tells the story of the last farmer in a remote village who tries to uphold his way of life. To make your protagonist an 80-year-old farmer and let him be played by a total newcomer is certainly a fascinating choice. It's a calm and meditative, sometimes even spiritual movie that's deeply rooted in traditional agriculture. It's realistic and yet also lighthearted, and sometimes even bitingly sarcastic. Number 4. Badai Do. My favorite Hindi movie of the year is Harshavardhan Kulkarni's Badai Do. It's in that category of Indian movies that tackle important social issues, but doing so in a very entertaining, crowd-pleasing fashion. It's about two closeted members of the LGBTQ community, played by Rajkumar Rao, who is absolutely adorable in this, and Bhumi Petnikar, who enter into a marriage to escape the constant pressure by their families. It could have used a bit more focus in the middle section, but it ends on a really strong note, showing so much heart and empathy that I was just really moved by it. Number 3. Kanata. My favorite Kanata movie of the year is Rishabh Shetty's Kanata, a movie that shows that a deeply regional, deeply culturally rooted story and topic can be super universal and inspiring if you bring your heart and passion to the material. It's a period action-adventure drama depicting the Kambala and Buddha Kola culture. The story of an angry young man who becomes a messiah-like figure in his little rural forest community. It has one of the best and most rousing climaxes this year, and it's an overall beautifully crafted and immersive film that shouldn't be missed. I don't think it's without flaws, but it's special nevertheless. Number 2. Last Film Show. My favorite Gujarati movie of the year, unfortunately also the only one that I have seen, is Parnalin's Last Film Show. It's not only a passionate love letter to cinema, but also to light and life itself. It tells the story of the young boy Samay who falls in love with the world of movies, just around the time analog film was replaced by digital. Filmmaker Parnalin is a huge movie buff, and you can feel his love for cinema in each frame. It's a beautiful and tender, meditative and heartwarming drama. Without a doubt, my favorite segment of Last Film Show is a sequence that goes completely without dialogue and shows us the process of dismantling a film projector and the film it used to play. It's a sublime and striking sequence that's both apocalyptic and beautiful. Number 1. RRR. RRR is without a doubt my favorite Indian movie of the year. S.S. Rajamouli, who was our entry point into exploring Indian cinema, has done it again. And this time he has finally reached an audience worthy of his unique talent of absolutely larger than life and highly creative storytelling and filmmaking. It seemed as if the entire world fell in love with RRR in 2022, but I'm sure even more people will discover this wonderful marvel in the upcoming months. It's the movie I have seen most times last year, and each time I enjoyed it even more. It's a rousing, spectacular, passionate, wild and contagious film with so much power and energy in almost each and every scene. Ram Charan and NTR Jr. are fantastic, the soundtrack by M.M. Keeravani is outstanding, and the action set pieces are just wonderful. But it's also things like incorporating the elements fire and water into so many aspects of the movie that sets this apart from other big spectacle movies. There's so much heart to it, and if you have even the tiniest affinity for blockbuster filmmaking, it's basically impossible not to be moved or enthralled by S.S. Rajamouli's RRR. So, these are my top 10 favorite Indian movies of 2022. Like always, comment below and let me know what you think about my list, and also let me know what are your favorites. You can hit me up on Twitter, Instagram and Letterboxd, and also on Patreon, simply at The Jimmy Cage. And if you enjoyed this episode, please give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, whatever you like. And make sure you hit that bell for all I have to tell.